Last night, Joe Hockey fronted the people with his budget. And I tell you, people were angry, people were upset, people were asking some really, really tough questions. The interesting thing about this is that as a country, we're going through a cycle, and it's called the change cycle. This happens to us as individuals, but right now it's happening to us as a nation. And the first part of the change cycle is denial. You stick your head in the ground, you say this can't be happening, it's not going to happen, and you hope that it's going to go away if you just keep your head in the sand long enough. The next stage after that is the stage of resistance. This is where you start thumping the table, you're angry, you're frustrated, you're upset. It's a really difficult time, an unpredictable time. And if you express your feelings as fully as possible, you get to that stage right at the bottom of the cycle, and it's called acceptance. And once you can accept the new status quo, then you can start thinking. You can start thinking resourcefully about some options. You start creating some options, then you start creating a plan, and then the fourth cycle and the last cycle is you're back in action. And what we're going to do on this website is to start a conversation. And the conversation is about what kind of options can you create? What can you do to make your life the life that you want to live? One of the questions that was asked last night was to Joe Hockey was, Mr. Treasurer, do you think that Australians have lost their ability to solve their own problems? Do you think they have become dependent on the government to solve their problems for them? This is a very good question. And we're going to ask that question. We're going to ask that question of you. So come along and contribute, come along and be part of this conversation. Love to hear your questions, love to hear your options. Let's start a conversation that's going to get you ahead of the pack, get you through the cycle so that you're in action before everyone else and that you're busy starting to create your life instead of whinging about this crummy budget that's been handed down. So let's move from being victims to being masters. This is Mike Kennedy from the Motivation Clinic, helping you discover your motivation.